I mean, of course, these guys are seniors for us and have been wrestling. Both of them been wrestling real well for us and doing a good job. And then we've got TJ Lodermeyer, that's a junior for us, and that's been starting at 197s. You've got 125s right now. We have little Tim Romero. He's getting some wins for us this year and doing a good job there at 125s. And then pretty much across the board are the rest of freshmen. And, we lost Peyton Tywater here a couple weeks ago, so that was a big blow to kind of, one of these top guys that these guys are. But we keep wrestling and keep moving on, and that's where we're at right now. We went to the Midwest Classic duels here a couple weeks ago. Had a good showing there, won 3 out of 4 duels, and it's good for these guys and just keep getting a few wins here and there and just good confidence for these young guys. And then, and then all these older guys getting ready for the regional tournament here in 3 or 4 weeks. And, we want to finish strong in these next 5 duels we have. They're all conference duels. And, finish strong here, see where we're at, and then just keep plugging away.
Questions?
So with the added emphasis on the duels this year, does that change anything? Because I know the conference tournament kind of gets you ready for a tournament atmosphere for regionals. What do duels do going into regionals?
I think for us it really didn't change much because we've always been putting our best guys on the mat week in and week out. I think where it changed is some of these schools that before would wrestle light guys, younger guys all year long, wouldn't bring their best teams, which was not good for anybody's home duels and all that. And I think for us, we've always wrestled our best guys and try to prepare them for the end of the year. I think it's been good. The emphasis has been good. It's brought better wrestling to the table as far as, in home duels and all your duels across the year. And, you look at kind of how it's winding down right now with Mines and CSU Pueblo at the top and Adams. And realistically, we're still in the hunt. I think there's a 5-way tie right now with teams that have 1 loss, and we're one of those teams. I mean, if we could win out, we'd be right in the hunt for RMAC title as far as the dual season goes. So I think that's what's made it exciting right now. That's put more emphasis on that. As far as training, it is a different training than what the regional tournament will be, which is going to be different this year because it's a 1-day tournament instead of a 2-day tournament that it's been in the past.
That's what, only 3 go now, right?
3 go, and there's 10 teams in our region this year, so the top 3 go. So there won't be any wrestlebacks or any of that type of deal. So that's how it'll be.
So guys, going into the last few duels, really of your careers and getting ready for regionals, you just try to take it one day at a time, and I mean, you're going to do what you do. You're going to go throw people all over.
I guess we're going to try, that's for sure.
Try to keep your body in one piece right now.
Yeah, that's it. And I think, like he just emphasized, we got these next 4 or 5 duels are some of the most important ones. We haven't wrestled a whole lot of RMAC yet, and so this stretch right here kind of decide it for us. And I think these are some of the most important matches of the year, which kind of slingshot us right into regionals. So I think if we have a good showing at these next duels, then we'll feel confident for regionals.
Eduardo, I mean, coming in as a 1-year guy, what all have you tried to bring to the lineup?
I don't know. I'm not too vocal. I just kind of try to lead by example or do the best I can do, and hopefully if people see I'm doing the right thing, they'll start doing the right thing. Especially being 1 year, I don't have been with these guys for 5 years, so they'll probably look at me funny if I try to tell them what to do. So if I do what I do, hopefully it looks good on me and we start doing better.
Well, you're one of the lower weight guys. You kind of have to set the tone for the rest of the duel with you, Tim, and
Bracken's in there, and
you've got a young guy right ahead of you. You don't have time to think, do you? Before, Jason's over there pacing and screaming.
Yeah,
he's right in there.
I came from junior college too, so thinking's not really my best.
I think you do just fine.
So I'm doing all right. I don't overthink too much.
He's got freshmen before him. He's got freshmen after him. They're all around him. Yeah. So for sure. I think both with these guys right now, both keeping them healthy is huge. And they're both, I know Jason saying, yeah, Pife, I'm an old man right now. I'm 23 years old, and these guys got their aches and pains, and just trying to keep them healthy throughout this last stretch is huge.
Jason, talk about how it has been different this year with so many freshmen in the lineup and in the room for, working out with those guys and being a leader. How different is it?
Well, it's nice. The type of wrestlers that we have in our room are still top quality. Like, I wrestle with Seth a lot, and he's a stud for just a freshman. So it helps me being, I wouldn't say a veteran, but I've been around for a while. So I have, like, fresh people in there who feel healthy, who feel good all year long. It's really nice for me to be able to wrestle them all the time. I think in the lineup, it's just a learning curve. Some of these kids didn't have the chance for a red shirt, so it's getting tossed into the wolves real fast, and you learn. And I think now, by the time these most important duels come around, they kind of know how it is. They kind of know what's at stake and what we expect of them. So I think the first few months have been kind of rough on them, kind of a little bit to learn, but now I think they kind of understand what's going on, and they can definitely step up for these next few duels.
With Peyton going down, you think that adds any pressure to you to step up?
Adds to me or my teammates?
Anybody.
Definitely myself. He always wrestled before me. Almost always got a pin, and so I was like, it was always nice. The team buffer was a little bit better there, but I think especially in Kearney when the Midwest duels last week, 2 weeks ago, we weren't getting those 6 points there, and that hurt. And so definitely more pressure on me. I tried my best to get bonus points, and I did every time, but it was still very difficult to not bank on those 6 points, which is bad, but Peyton was a stud. So it definitely hurts us going forward in the duels, but also we got other kids stepping up, so we'll battle. We'll be all right.
It is that transition time between starting the RMAC and heading to different states to compete. That's a practice for regionals. You think that's going to add some expectation for you guys coming up to the last couple months?
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, I feel like we've been to Kearney 3 times now, 2 times. We know we can go to Kearney. We've done that road trip a few times now. It's not too big of a deal. I think just understanding like this is a tournament, and I've only wrestled one tournament all year, and that was in California. So, and RMAX was nice. I didn't actually like it. We wrestle all the same kids over and over, so I like this format a lot better. But having a tournament, I think for a lot of these guys, they stress all day, make weight, wrestle one match. They feel good after that match, and all the matches after that, they feel even better, but that doesn't happen in a duel. So I think we're going to show a lot better at regionals too.
So you're not getting sick of the trip to Kearney then?
No, I mean, I hate Kearney, but I could definitely would be happier if regionals was here, that's for sure, but it's what you got to do.
This one's for Jason and Eduardo. Are there any mid-season adjustments that you're doing to kind of keep the health up? So, when you're going into duels and regionals, you maintain your physicality and that sharp poise and your health, so you're not, losing that stamina during duels and regionals.
You go first.
I think we all hit like our kind of peaks and our valleys through the season, so just kind of trying to stay level-headed and just adjust as it goes on, because nothing's ever planned out. So tweak something there, try to take care of it and stretch and just take care of your bodies and just adjust as time goes on. But
it is a benefit of being here 5 years. I know how the season goes, so I didn't start off too fast this year. I missed the first three tournaments. I wrestled a couple duels in November, but I definitely wasn't there in the lineup as often. It's just great. I feel great now. It's almost February. I'm feeling really good, and about 5 more duels under my belt, 5 more matches. I think I only have like 10, 15 matches so far, and I've had 30 so far at this time of my career, earlier in my career. So I think I'm feeling great. I feel like I'm where I need to be. But on our weekend, we had an off weekend last weekend, I think just recovering right there, and then just training on the weeks we can and recovering on the weeks we can too. It was just smart, and I don't know, I've been here long enough. I feel like this is the best I felt going into the most important time.
And have you used any of that wisdom and leadership to kind of show it to the young guys, so when they're coming up, they kind of they're where you're at your senior year?
I mean, you don't want to tell them season's super long, it's a grind, and just tell them all the negative parts, but they get it, they understand, and I think they get that. The first tournaments of the season aren't as important. You're just here to learn, you're here to get better. But as you get into our regionals and our conference duels, those are the times you need to peak. These are the times you need to focus. And the best part about wrestling duels and then wrestling the same people at regionals, we have time to look at film, time to get better. So this is all just still growing time, still practice all the way to regionals. So I think they'll get that.
Like Jason said, we a couple weeks ago after, what would have been last week, after the Midwest duels, we gave the guys off a couple days. Monday, Tuesday, just recovery time, and we had 2 pretty long road trips this spring already, and And luckily, we weren't in school, and we kind of planned it that way, and don't have, we got a trip next week, but it's basically a one-nighter, be back at home, and and then off to regionals. So we've tried to plan that, I say, as a coaching staff as well, to give them time off to recover in that as well. So 'cause you can grind them. I'm a firm believer you can grind them clear into the mat, and they just, their bodies are sore, and they're already sore enough, but to give them some recovery time, I think, is huge.